We continue our coverage of St. Croix's Limetree Bay Refinery and efforts to ensure the oil refinery is operating safely. While Limetree Bay operations remain shut down from their flare incident last month, they're also now facing legal action from what happened. Our USVI News' Ali Bourne-Vanek takes a close look at a class action lawsuit against Limetree Bay and speaks with the attorneys who represent people on St. Croix who are taking a stand against the refinery.
Severe headaches, coughing, dizzy spells, burning of the eyes, nose and throat, difficulty breathing. These are health challenges from a plaintiff documented in this class action lawsuit against Limetree Bay. It was filed just days after the refinery's reported flare incident on May 12th.
Crucians here are rightfully concerned.
Attorney Russell Pate is one of several lawyers representing clients who are bringing legal action against Limetree Bay. The flames were the latest in an already difficult week, which included reports of strong odors affecting nearby neighborhoods and people. After the flare incident, Limetree Bay shut down operations the next day.
People are rightfully suspicious, and when you have gas releases and not just odors, I hate when they just say it's a strong odor. This goes beyond just an odor, because inside that odor there are dangerous chemicals, chemicals that can cause adverse health effects.
The lawsuit discusses, quote, airborne chemical emissions emitted downwind in the neighboring communities on the west end of St. Croix. It adds, quote, among the toxicants emitted were sulfur dioxide, sulfur oxides, particulate matter, and oil droplets, all of which are harmful to human health.
And then the last, which I think is the most important claim in the class action, is the medical monitoring claim, that if you're put at an increased risk, or if you're put at an increased risk of cancers or adverse health effects, everything from triggering asthma to respiratory problems to potentials of leukemia or cancer, then you shouldn't have to bear that responsibility of medical costs that you didn't contribute to, that the wrongdoer would contribute to that medical monitoring program.
We haven't been able to speak yet with Limetree Bay on this topic or the lawsuit, but we have been receiving their press releases. The one dated May 18th acknowledges the flare incident and the, quote, persistent odor complaint. It continues, quote, Limetree Bay immediately suspended operations after last Wednesday's flare incident, which resulted in a release of oil to several Frederiksted neighborhoods and had been discontinued by Thursday morning. In another release, Limetree discusses their response to St. Croix residents who had been affected. It includes door-to-door inspections. Residents have reported Limetree crews helping to clean their roofs and cisterns and test their water supply. Right after the flare incident, Limetree also provided daily water distribution for affected communities.
We're talking weeks where there were several releases that, from the refinery that was causing both oil and odors to be affecting the community. We decided we had to do something.
Marina Leonard is an attorney from the firm Coliani & Coliani, and she's another lawyer representing clients in the class action lawsuit against Limetree Bay. She discusses what's shared in the complaint and how reports of oil on roofs and in cistern water not only affect people.
It's contaminating the cisterns, and now these people, when they're using the water, they're having issues with their skin. They're obviously don't want to use it to drink, and also the oil is seeping into the soil on these people's properties. So we don't know what the long-term effects of that is, because these people have fruit trees on their properties, they have other plants on their properties. So that's one of the challenges that are there. Also, we don't know what the long-term effects right now are of the odors in the air. So that might have long-term repercussions for the residents in this area.
While it's difficult to give a time estimate on how the lawsuit moves forward, Attorney Leonard says the next steps include receiving a response from Limetree Bay and a judge scheduling a status conference.
We're trying to help the community. I think this is definitely something that is impacting a large number of the residents here, and we really just want to help. We want to make sure that the residents are being helped, that the refinery stops emanating the odor, stops the oil releases, and we want to make sure that for the future we want to make sure that this island is safe for them to live in and for us to live in as well, for everybody here.
In St. Croix, Ali Born-Vanak, USVI News.